Hello people, my name is Liam and welcome to Millennial Model Mayhem. For those of you unfamiliar, I like to paint and customize models for display and tabletop gaming purposes. At the beginning of 2025, Bandai made an announcement that shook up both the worlds of tabletop gaming and Gunpla. Gundam Assemble, a tabletop miniatures game. It's pretty exciting to the core, right? Bandai makes some very accessible and very impressive model kits with lots of lore and interesting stories to go along with it, so it only makes sense to develop some sort of Gundam wargaming product, even if it's a little late to the party. As exciting as Gundam Assemble is, however, at the time of recording this video of February 2025, all we really know is that it's on a hex-based grid, relatively small board, it uses D10s, and that the Gundam models are going to be more comparable to like a miniature wargaming size rather than the typical 1/144th and 1/100th scale that the Gunpla scale models often are. There's definitely a lot of potential, whether that's with wargamers who are a little Gunpla curious, or scale modelers, mecha appreciators that want to give some wargaming on the tabletop a try. However, I don't want to spend energy in this video trying to predict where exactly Gundam Assemble is going to land in the modern tabletop gaming landscape. What this recent announcement has motivated me to do is to once again encourage all Gunpla builders and tabletop wargamers to explore what, in my opinion, is the ultimate hobby crossover of Gunpla wargaming. You don't need official brand sanctioned products to do this either. Today there is a wealth of free hobby resources, tutorials, and affordable indie games out there to help spark your hobby joy. The tabletop renaissance has already begun. It's been here the whole time. Miniature wargaming just scratches such a specific itch for me, with the turn-based strategy game on the tabletop, the expression of creativity with the modeling, and just the simulation of spectacle. I'm also a big enjoyer of anime, so naturally, I acquired some Digimon and Gundam model kits over the years, and also naturally this eventually was combined with my miniature wargaming hobby, and that's how I ended up with these hybrid styles of projects I do, where they're both a display model and a tabletop gaming piece. If you want to learn more about the painting and modeling side of my process, I have a handful of video projects now where I break it all down step by step for your viewing pleasure. After years of painting the miniatures for tabletop games, I find I'm a lot more comfortable hand painting with the brush rather than the airbrush, and this is definitely reflected in my approach to how I paint the Gunpla. The simplest way I can describe what I've called Model Mayhem style is to partially lock the Gunpla in place for ease of hand painting while retaining some posability, and then mount it onto a base, essentially making a large-scale miniature out of the affordable, well-designed, and very kit-bashable Gunpla models. Continuing on how I partially lock the poses in place, the primary reasons I do this are for better ease of use and reducing damage to the paintwork, both while I'm working on it and while I'm using it in games. Keeping some of the less risky areas articulated makes a huge difference when it comes to taking pictures of the finished product, since even just a head turn can act as a completely different pose for the album. And the model's going to be fragile no matter how locked in the pose is to the base, so this is mostly in order to make moving it around on the simulated tabletop less frustrating. If you're interested in trying to do some tabletop gaming with your scale models, it's your call whether you try using my methods or not. They work for me because they're informed by my background as a miniature painter, miniature wargamer first. The important part, if you're trying to give this hobby an honest shot, is just to start trying to do and learn things, because failure is the best way to learn, and that's the way to develop your own modeling style, is to go on your own hobby journey. Watching videos of other people doing modeling work can only get you so far along this hobby journey. And yes, this is a little hypocritical for me to say, given what my channel is about, but
please keep watching my video anyways.
If your main touchstone with wargaming is Warhammer, then you probably have a perception of it being a pretty expensive hobby, but it doesn't have to be. Thankfully, over the past few years, miniatures agnostic games, that is, games where the models you're supposed to use are merely guidelines and suggestions, have become increasingly popular. Typically with these kinds of games, all you need to buy is a rule set, and sometimes that's free depending on whether you're just grabbing a PDF online or donating a bit to the creator or just buying a small press book at your local game store. And then from there, use the models that are already in your collection, get some dice, those are easy to find, you probably already have a lot of them, and then something to measure centimeters or inches depending on the game, and you're all set. Most games out there now that are designed to use with Gunpla are pretty miniatures agnostic. As many of you know, Gamma Wolves is the Gunpla wargame of choice that I've done on this channel, but there are so many others out there like Mobile Suit Skirmish, Flames of Orion, Mech 28, One Page Rules, Mobile Frame Zero, Obsidian Protocol, 30-Minute Missions Wargame, Mecha Stellar, Core Mech Warfare, Kitchen Table Robot Games, and Samurai Robots Battle Royale. Leave a comment on this video if you've got a specific one that you want to share. Always happy to learn of more. Now, different game rules and accessories aside, there is one more important factor to take into consideration when wargaming with your Gunpla, and that is transport. Now, getting out of the house is pretty good to do from time to time, can confirm, but that doesn't mean that transporting these fragile miniatures and scale models is not going to be frustrating. Thankfully, there are some ways to alleviate this. This tabletop gaming company, Safe and Sound, originally popped up on my radar because they made some conquest-themed magnet transport cases for miniatures, and coincidentally, they happened to reach out to me with the offer of some free product in exchange for me sharing it with you. And since I was in the market for some better transport solutions for my armies, I accepted. If you're unfamiliar with this method of transporting models via magnets attached to the underside of the base, this footage should illustrate how it can be a very effective and safe way to transport those delicate models. My main critique of these boxes is that they aren't as durable as other cases I've had, since they're just made of high quality cardboard, but I think this is reflected in the price, which is reasonable. But with that said, they are based out of Poland, so you'll have to factor shipping costs into your value judgment depending on where you live. In addition to the branded cases, they have other neat prints you can get, as well as variations on where the metal plates are placed in the box, or you can just get custom metal plates cut to fit any boxes you may already be using. And of course, they also sell the magnets too if you need those for your minis. If your models aren't magnetized, they also have the traditional foam-based transport solutions I mentioned earlier, plus other accessories like conversion movement trays for Warhammer the Old World. So thanks to Safe and Sound for helping me protect all of my fragile and precious models. And with that said, it's now time for just a few final words on Gunpla Wargaming. The knowledge you need is out there and ready to be devoured, and the tools for success are relatively accessible. Watching others work on painting and customizing their model kits is also a very useful tool, especially at the beginning, but like I said before, it can only take you so far along in your hobby journey. At a certain point, you must simply go forward and model and paint without the fear of making mistakes, for that is the best teacher. And if after all of this you're still only interested in the modeling side of things, well, you know what, that's okay. I've said before in previous videos that it did wonders to my mental health when I started to restructure my life to allow for the regular trips to the weekly game night at the store, to socialize with people around Conquest, the tabletop game of choice for me these days. And it turns out that socializing with people over a shared niche interest is pretty good, actually. That's right, all that really mattered in the end was the power of friendship. And that's something that no corporation can ever provide to you. Now go forth, may thy dice chip and shatter. Thanks to everyone who made it this far into the video. I've had to cut back on my production for the past while due to a variety of reasons, but I still find myself with ideas I want to put out there, so it means a lot when you're still willing to hear me out. If you want to support my work, consider the classic free engagement methods here on YouTube, such as liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, as well as visiting the links laid out in this description for affiliate shopping and my Patreon. Speaking of patreon.com/millennialmodelmayhem, I need to send an extra special thank you to all of my patrons, especially the Mayhem Machines, Moosepelheim, Janel, and Doodle Bopped, as well as the Gogg Hand with Country Fried Minis and TsukasaWM. Follow my social media pages to keep up to date with my work, and I wish you the best of luck in any of your own gaming and or modeling endeavors.